In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can use ChatGPT as a life coach. These are the 3 best prompts which initiate conversations with the large language model that you can get the most value out of. So let's dive straight in so you can see what I'm talking about. The first prompt here is designed to get the AI model to explore what a perfect day in your life would look like. You can then work backwards from this to set goals or explore down any rabbit hole you feel comfortable following. Let's copy and paste this into ChatGPT. So I want to design a perfect day and a perfect life. Let's explore some ideas together and bounce ideas around to come up with a vision of what the best possible day may look like. This is so once I have an idea of the perfect day, I can work backwards to figure out how to get there. Ask me a list of relevant questions to start with. We'll pump that in, and what it will do is come up with a questionnaire. It'll give you maybe 20 different questions, which you can kind of copy and paste into a text editor, then pass back in. And then once you've given it the answers, you can ask it, based on these responses, can you plan out what a stereotypical perfect day, week, and year might look like? I found this exercise in visualization and planning very valuable to set long-term goals and then break that down to a kind of a structured workflow throughout my working day. The second one is a really nice one. It's tell me something incredibly special or unique you've noticed about me you think I haven't realized about myself yet. Obviously, this one needs some background information. This is going to work better with large language models that you've been using in the past. You can see from the response here that it had background knowledge on what I do, how I work, and it clearly knew quite a bit about me from its contextual training data. If you want a nice little confidence boost, then you can put that in. It'll give you something back about yourself, which is positive and energizing. If you want to take it a little bit further though, you can ask it to tell me something more edgy and controversial. It doesn't matter if it's offensive or critical. And then if you're not happy with that answer, you can go even further and say, be more brutal and find a random truth I'm oblivious to. This is where we kind of get into kind of more blatant, critical, looking for faults in yourself, if you like. It might be something that you want to do if you're susceptible to kind of negative thoughts or you're going to take it personally. Obviously, this is based on limited training data, but I found it very valuable, and it talked a little bit to me about like creating content and why I was doing that, and was I kind of seeking approval and that kind of thing. And it's thought-provoking, and I found it very valuable. Finally, we have Life Coach GPT. This one is perhaps the most useful, but it's also a little bit random. It's going to find different things for different people based on the conversations you've had in the past. With any of this kind of stuff, the more you talk to ChatGPT, the more you feed it information, it can base its responses off that information. So what information would you require to add the most value to my life possible based on what you already know about me? Ask direct questions and I'll respond openly and honestly. From there, once you have all the information required, I want you to provide advice and coaching to improve my life as much as possible. So when you put this in, you'll get back another questionnaire, and it will go through all kinds of personal questions about your work, your personal life. If you're comfortable giving that information to Sam Altman, then go ahead, and what you'll get is something like this. This is an example from the output, which I kind of explored with it. And there's little things that are kind of really valuable here. I already had like a Kanban system where I track my long-term goals and my kind of weekly planner. And this kind of came up with the idea of creating a learning mission to kind of systemize my learning on a quarterly basis, because I kind of have a habit of tending to go on 3-month sprints anyway. It kind of picked out this idea that you could create one learning mission per quarter, and I could focus on one thing and plan that at the start of the quarter or whenever it kind of came about. And that enabled me to kind of break that down into actionable steps that I could plan out how I would learn this specific subject to the maximum amount possible based on a 3-month kind of learning plan. That's just one example of how you can use this to kind of follow a field of thought or explore ideas further based on the responses that you'll get. And it's kind of a way that you can use ChatGPT to explore your own lifestyle and find different areas which you might not have thought of by yourself that you can use to either improve your life or kind of plan things a little bit better and kind of work with more direction. I hope you found this video useful. There's a link to the blog post in the description. If you want to learn more about AI, then subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching.